Welcome everybody. My name is Shoaib Ahmed and I'm a teacher working in London. We've all gone back to work, no matter what our profession is. We've all gone back to work in very uncertain circumstances, and with what's going on every day, we really don't know what the following day or the following week is going to look like under the government guidance. Today's video is all about how to survive going back to work in these uncertain circumstances, and especially for those who are teachers, to avoid the tears, the midterm meltdowns, all of those things that come with the job, and Christmas just feels so far away. Those who are teachers will definitely relate that the term just really does feel very, very long. But using some of these tips will allow the term to become more manageable, if I could use those words, and like I said earlier, not necessarily for the teaching profession, but could be applied universally. The first one is to ask for help. No matter what the circumstances are, don't shut yourself out, don't close yourself off. Ask for advice rather than tearing your hair out. We don't have the answers to everything, and the worst thing is when we don't ask for help and we're racking our brain, and it just stresses us out. But the best thing to do is always ask for help. Make sure that you either find yourself a mentor, or even your line manager, a head of faculty if that's the case, or a head of department. Anybody who's helped you in any capacity or can help you in any capacity, use the facility, use that option, because it's great to bounce off of somebody when you really can't find a solution to your problem. I have always been quite annoying, and I will use that word, annoying, when it comes down to bouncing ideas off. I am not afraid of knocking on people's doors, gaining more knowledge, gaining more experience, gaining solutions, and that 5-10 minute chat with anyone could make hours and hours of my preparation or my job easier. So it's a really, really important one that you always ask for help. The next one is finding a work spouse and treat them right. Having a best friend by your side does wonders for your morale. When you're teaching and it's kind of like doing two jobs in one day, it can get very overwhelming. And having somebody to do those little pick-me-ups, having a work partner. For years, up until a couple of years ago, I had a work wife, Jackie Daniel, and she was absolutely fantastic. The voice of reason, the voice of understanding, and it really did make a difference, because we can come home and we can sound off with our partners, our significant others, but if they're not in the profession, even though they'll be quite understanding and empathic, they'll never truly understand what you're going through. And having somebody like that at work, who you can share your thoughts, feelings and experiences, it stops you from taking, or minimises the amount of stress or the emotions that you walk home with. So it makes a big difference, and vice versa. You can do the same for them as well when needed. The next one is related to time management and stuff that I've mentioned before, but especially in these circumstances, it's all so new, and we don't know, if this online distance learning teaching moving forward for the new academic year with a new bunch of students is really going to work, and how effective it's going to be. We're all hoping as teachers that it's not going to impact on our results and the quality of exams and coursework that's submitted, or the quality of exams that are taken. They hold our standards high and they meet those national averages. And to fall in line with that, in these current circumstances, it's really, really important to keep your to-do list to a minimum. Keep that bad boy to the point. Don't keep on adding on until you've got the other bits, the most important bits, the first things first, out of the way. Because we don't know what the coming days and the coming weeks could look like. We don't know if there's going to be a lockdown. We don't know. There's so many things that are the unknown. So Don't overwhelm yourself. Prioritize what is absolutely most important. Focus on your lessons, focus on the activities, upskill yourself with new teaching and learning techniques that are used in e-learning. That's really, really important if you want to continue having an impact in this new type of classroom. Then it's really, really important that you learn all these new tricks using YouTube, other Skillshare, other outlets. It's just really, really good. It will alleviate a lot of your stress, and it will allow you to adapt those activities that you may have used in the past into a new manner, and they'll be just as effective, if not more effective. The next one is really, really hard for any teacher or anyone who's in a classroom environment. It's in this environment especially, don't take things personally, because many of us are teaching this blended model of students in the classroom and students online at the same time, and we're trying to be just as effective. You're gonna get feedback that might not always make you happy, but we're all still learning. So it's really, really important that you don't take things personally. Students can be mean. I mean, those of us who are teachers or are in this profession for the love of education, we love our students, we love to teach, but sometimes they can be mean. They're either hormonal, they're tired, they're hangry, or a combination of all three. And it's just, some days we all know can be bad, but in these circumstances especially, don't take it personally. We can't always understand what student mentality right now is, how they're thinking, what they're thinking. They've never received education in this manner before. So what's it doing to their thought process? We need to understand that better. The next one is making nice plans. Even in these current circumstances, schedule some fun activities for yourself, whether they're midweek or they're weekend. Give yourself something to look forward to, a highlight of the week. It could be work related if you want it to be. I mean, learning a new skill or doing something like that. Or it could just be spending time with the family, and with the government guidance, spending time with friends. You're around, you haven't fallen down this rabbit hole, which often teachers do, where they're just 24/7 on the go. It's the marking, it's the preparation, it's the marking, it's the preparation. You know, these things do make a difference. Center yourself, bring yourself back to what is important to you and makes you happy as well. You know, book something for the October half term, an activity that you might want to do that's COVID friendly, so you've got something to look forward to and something to talk about in the office, and things like that. But again, something really, really important. The next one is be a friend to your future self. Start your Christmas shopping early. This way you don't end up leaving it to the last moment and finding yourself engaged in like stressful supermarket sweeps. And especially with the current circumstances where people have started panic buying again. It was only yesterday that I visited Tesco. Those of you who are watching abroad, Tesco is one of our larger supermarkets, and it took me half an hour to get through the checkout. I was shocked that people were still going through this thought process of there's going to be a shortage of toilet roll. It was just madness, but it's there. So start your Christmas shopping early, so it's not such a stressful experience moving forward. And give yourself a countdown calendar. Make a note of key dates. Organize yourself, and back to previous videos, it's so important to organize yourself. Make sure that you've got your key dates for assessments, for deadlines, for parents' evening, the virtual ones. You've got them all down, so then when you're creeping up to that deadline, to start preparing. You're not overwhelmed at the last moment. And I've seen teachers do this where they've just mismanaged their time, and the parents' evening reports aren't ready even the night before. And I've just had to come up with solutions where, just thinking outside the box of telling the parents that will be posted out to you, but you can still have a one-to-one with your teacher. And it's purely because the teachers have mismanaged their time. And it's so important. something that's really important, and I guess is a teacher's best friend, stationery. And buy nice stationery that makes you happy, stationery that you want to work with, the colors, the different themes, etc., etc. It's amazing how stationery can really perk you up in the teaching profession. Quite sad, really. I mean, every time I go to Tesco, I do pop into the stationery aisle, trying to indulge myself with a new pen or a new pencil or a notebook. It's quite sad, but at the end of the day, give yourself a little highlight to do. It could be a Zoom activity with friends, after you've come back from work, but that 5-10 minutes will make the world of difference to you when you're home. It will allow you to center yourself, it will allow you to calm yourself, and allow you to kind of reset your brain for the next day. So there you have it, everybody. Those are my strategies to use going back to work in term 1 or in these COVID circumstances. But many of these strategies can be used in any job whatsoever. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and you'll get notifications for every time I load a video. If you've got any ideas, please email me, leave a comment down below, and I will get back to you. I will reply to you and build whatever the requests are, and hopefully they're fruitful for everybody. Stay safe, everybody. See you in the next one. Take care.